week.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a crazy Tesla road trip, 3,000 miles, man.
That's far.
Yeah.
Nobody try to burn you down while
No
you're
one
driving?
tried to key my Tesla or light me on fire, so that's like one thing. I can't say people driving Cybertrucks, but yeah, I didn't have any issues. No, all cars, no politics here.
Oh, cars, no politics.
I don't want to get involved in that stuff. But had a good road trip. I think it cost about $225 supercharging for 3,000 miles.
$225.
Yeah, yeah. So
I can't remember if that's good or bad.
I mean, I would say it's probably actually a little bit less than gas because I had some opportunities for free charging at some of the hotels I stayed at. It was interesting. Like I charged at my mother's house in Florida. Just using a 120-volt outlet overnight, and that gave me
Yeah.
like 50 miles overnight.
The quick question. So on the free charging,
Yeah.
was that only at the nicer hotels?
Yeah. So that's a funny question because we stayed at some nicer hotels, and they some had valet with free charging. Um, Others had they had 4 chargers available for people to use. We stayed at this one place in Virginia, Boar's Head Resort. They had four Tesla chargers. One had the J1772 plug on it. So
Hmm.
you need to use your adapter. And there was a girl. I was plugged into the Tesla one, and a girl pulled up next to me. She didn't have the adapter, so I switched over and I let her use the Tesla plug, and I used my adapter. So always take your
Oh,
adapter with you, right? Never lose that
always
thing.
take my adapter. Yeah.
Yeah, never lose that thing. So yeah, most of the better hotels have free charging. I stayed at one hotel in South Carolina that they had a Tesla wall connector on the wall. So I was like, oh, I pulled up and I plugged into it. I'm like, hey, it's for the guests, right?
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the night, the hotel owner was like trying to unplug me. He's like, "Oh no, that's for the owner only, not for the guests." Like, never seen that. Like, they should put a sign on it at least, right?
Yeah, but still, like, I can't believe an owner is going to the guest of a hotel and saying that. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. Like the charger should be there for the guests, not for the owner. Maybe the owner can use it when the guests aren't, right? Like,
or have like multiples,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is
There's
is free charging the new free Wi-Fi
Yeah, I
for
mean,
hotels?
I don't think anyone really charges. Any hotels charge for charging. We also stopped at this really cool. It's called the Rechargery. Like this company Iona, they're starting these like. It kind of looks like an old style gas station. It was in Apex, Apex, North Carolina,
Hmm.
and they kind of look like an old gas station. So we stopped there. They have like a little
Oh
store.
yeah.
Have you see the picture?
No, maybe I did because I was thinking about this because my grandfather used to own a gas station,
Yeah.
right? And I was thinking like that'd be cool if there's like it was actual just chargers and you park there and it was just really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool. They had the chargers there, both the Tesla plug and the CCS plugs,
Yeah.
charged there, and then they have a little store where you could buy some food, they have bathrooms in there, and they actually have meeting rooms if you want to meet people there, that you
Oh,
can reserve the meeting room.
oh, that's cool.
And then they
That's a
had a
good idea.
dispenser. I've never seen this. A dispenser for windshield washer fluid, where you like use Apple Pay, and then you can like pump the fluid right into your car without buying a jug.
Oh, I saw your video. Yeah. Didn't
Yeah,
you do a video? Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Of course they did.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right, because I commented my grandfather used to do this for free. And he would
yeah,
check the oil too.
yeah. There's no oil to check, but that actually is pretty cool. That because I hate carrying those jugs around. That you can buy like $1 worth of windshield washer fluid and just put it in your car, right?
Yeah.
It's already mixed. So yeah, easy. Never had a problem charging. And like the car was always like ready before we were. We drive for a couple hundred miles, get out, use the bathrooms, walk the dog, and the car was ready by the time we were back.
Yeah, that's cool.
So pretty good, pretty good. So how about the show you were at? What was it called?
So I went to ISC West
ISC
in
West.
Vegas. Yeah, that's a security show,
Yeah.
and that like by far is the busiest show I've ever been to.
Wow.
Like I've never seen both there. I was there for 2 days, technically three, but two for the exhibit. Um, but it was packed. I was surprised. Like you couldn't walk down the aisleway, some of the aisleways because there were just so many people. So a lot of cool technology, a lot of we just introduced our camera line, um, and we're implementing AI. Like I would call it true AI. There's a lot of companies out there that are saying AI, but when you start talking to them and asking them questions, that AI kind of falls apart a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas like we're actually using something called contextual AI, which allows you to do like it takes streams of video. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't take like like images. It takes streams of video
Yeah.
to better understand like the scenario, and it can understand like if somebody's starting arson or somebody's like being bullied or somebody slips and falls, right?
Yeah.
And I can imagine these scenarios in different verticals, like if you're getting bullied like in a high school or something like that, you
Yeah.
would want your surveillance system to be able to pick up on that, even like gathering of people. But the other thing was we have a search tool where you can like be pretty precise. This was kind of a weird search, but it worked. Like I guess in Taiwan where we manufacture, they have a convenience store,
Yeah.
and people will eat hot dogs, but they'll get the hot dog like a 7-Eleven, like,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll put it in a bag and they'll take it away. So you could do a search like look for man getting hot dog and putting it in a plastic bag. It will
Yeah.
find that footage.
So they try to steal the hot dogs?
No, no, no. They get it to eat. They get it to eat.
Oh,
But
okay.
what I'm saying is like you can be very precise. Like I'm looking for the word hot. I
So
use
they
the word
can
hot dog and
so they can
plastic.
count the hot dogs being sold basically. They can see
They
how.
could, they could,
Yeah.
but like you could like another one is look for man running with a Nike jacket.
Yeah.
It will identify the
Wow.
Nike jacket
Wow.
or Adidas,
Yeah. So
like
that
different
stream,
brands.
yeah, that stream AI is like this is all new, like because some of these cameras have been around. They'll be like facial recognition AI,
Yeah,
right, or license plate reader AI, right? Like
yeah,
that stuff's been around. That's just a single frame that it takes and it
yeah,
analyzes it. But this is taking streams at a time and like and putting contextual tags on it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so basically we're taking metadata from the cameras and putting it into the cloud to analyze it.
Yep.
But there's AI in the camera itself. There's AI. We'll have an MVS system. There's
Mm-hmm.
AI in that. We're using Intel, I think, in the MVS, and then we're doing some AI in the cloud as well. So, but it's pretty cool. You'll be able to obviously you'll be able to cloud manage all these cameras, but then you have the AI side of that. You'll also be able to take third-party cameras and cloud centrally manage
Oh,
those on the cloud,
nice.
and even utilize the AI that's within the MVS system. So
Hmm.
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show's pretty good. We're gonna go. We'll be there next year.
So is it security as in firewalls also? And encryption, VPNs, things like that?
I didn't pay attention to that because I was more interested in what was going on the camera side, just
Yeah.
to learn a little more. Um,
So it's more a physical security
yeah,
show.
yeah, it was a lot of physical
There were
security that
door
I
locks,
that
things
I
like that?
what's that?
Were there like door locks for hotels and things like that?
There was door access as well,
Oh, okay.
gates,
Yeah.
a number of different things.
Gotcha. So yeah, so these cameras are pretty interesting because like you could buy, cameras are commoditized, but these new AI based cameras, one, they have a lot of processing power on the camera to do the
Right.
AI, right? Like others don't really have that. So you
Yeah.
got to look at that as one, and two, they can easily be added to the EnGenius cloud. So anyone that's using EnGenius cloud and wants to add some surveillance security, they can just easily add these cameras.
That's right. And so like all of our cameras have onboard memory. So you'll have like 20 to 25 days of like video that you can store locally.
Yeah.
So you don't even need a MVR. So you can just get the cameras, deploy the cameras, and just have them operate
Yeah.
through the cloud,
Right.
have them configured through the cloud and everything. So you don't even need an MVR.
But then if you want an NVR to have it in like a secure location, you're going to have that product too.
You have, yeah, our system's called it MVS system.
NVS system, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You'll have you can do up to 32. So if you just do purely cloud, it's unlimited.
Yeah.
Like you can have as many cameras as possible. Um, the MVS will do 32, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have different variations. Right now, we'll have in Q3, we'll launch a tower and we'll launch a rack mountable one.
Okay. And
Yeah,
and the cameras they're processing on the camera, but then they're pushing like video frames up to the cloud also. Like
that's right. The metadata
so
portion of that. So
so
we're dating and tagging the metadata.
yeah. So it's doing all the hard work on the camera right now, but then it's pushing the metadata up to the cloud. So even if
Yeah,
somebody steals the camera, it's still going to be up
yeah,
there.
yeah. So like it's very quick and it's very minimal data that you're passing through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a heavy load on like
Yeah. On
the connection,
the
right?
connection, yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, uh, you'll have quick access to the footage too. So because it's being stored on the camera as
Locally,
well.
yeah. I've noticed that it comes up really fast.
Yeah.
When we do that. Well, that's cool. So we'll probably have more information in a week or so, maybe that we'll be able to put the cameras up.
Well, I mean, we just did a press release on Tuesday. There's our landing page is up, so
Okay.
a lot of info is on that
All right,
landing
I'll put a
page.
link to that page, and then as soon as we get the pricing, I'll put it up on our website.
Yeah, you
Also.
should have pricing by today or maybe early next week.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So you're getting ready to go on vacation?
Yeah, man,
All
leaving
right. Too
tonight.
many shows. Too many shows. Um, so all right, Brian, have a good vacation. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll go to New Orleans too. I gotta start looking at that.
Yeah, you got to look into that. I'm going.
You're going. I guess I gotta go. If you guys want me to go,
Yeah.
I'll be there. I just gotta stay out of the French Quarter. All right, guys. Remember, be back for another podcast in a couple.